Hello, wonderful student. I just got your email asking for some encouragement and updating me. And I'm trying to avoid saying your name because I think I might share this with a couple other people who are in a similar place as you. And first, I want to say that I'm so proud of you for being part of this training program that you've adventured off to join this difficult thing you've tried. And I do hope you'll stick it out, even if it gets hard. Um, Sometimes you commit to a thing that's for a year or 2 years, and sticking with it can be pretty bad for you in the end if it turns out to be a wrong fit. But 8 weeks is a really nice amount of time to just prove to yourself that you can do hard things, as I know you can. And I hope you make it through this with all kinds of learning under your belt. Your email gave me so many thoughts, and I wanted to share a few of them with you. One of them is um, sometimes it really is geography. Sometimes you're just not in the right place. And I wanted to share a little anecdote from my life, which is I sort of went to two high schools. Not sort of, I really did. I had one high school that I went to during the year, starting from the time I skipped 8th grade, and another high school that I'd gone to every summer since much, much earlier in my childhood. And I continued to go there for first period and then after school programs. It was sort of an unusual situation. But the crux of this unusual situation is that I went to two high schools. And at one high school, I felt genuinely bullied and disrespected, and I have all kinds of bad memories. I even have bad memories of the woman who ran the high school theater department. Um, to me, knowing her was one of the worst memories and experiences for me. Other people loved her and had great experiences with her, and she changed their lives. Um, I never got a real meaty role at that high school, even though I went there for 4 years and was just so into the drama department. I guess you could say one summer play I did do a pretty big musical lead. I was Kim in Bye Bye Birdie. But it was very much everyone had left town. There were very few people at the audition, high school age people at the audition. Um, at the other high school, I felt so valued, respected, cared about. I felt like I was part of that community. I played, I had smaller roles, but I also did major leading roles consistently from the time I was young. And that instructor touched my life and changed my life. And one of the biggest lessons that strange split high school experience gave me was what a different person I felt like when I went into this environment where I was not valued and not respected and not seen and could never shine, as opposed to when I went into this other environment. I don't, I don't believe I was acting any differently. Not, at least not initially in the two high schools. And that makes me think certainly there are tricks you can learn, techniques you can learn to try to rub people the right way, or try to make friends, or try to get instructors to enjoy you, or you can learn techniques that will help you. But sometimes it's just not you. It's it's a combination of people and the environment and minute little first impressions that went wrong, and a million things that you'll never really understand until you can unless you could look into the fabric of reality and read everyone's mind. So I say that just to say that if you're struggling in this program, this theater training program you've signed up to do, there could be some things you could work on, some things you could change. I hope it will be a big learning experience for you. But also, I guarantee you that much of what's happening is just not you. It's not something you have to wear or receive or allow to define you, unless you start to perceive patterns. Once you have had the same kind of negative thing happen to you 2 or 3 times, then you can start to ask yourself, oh, is this me? Is this a me problem? But some of the best wisdom I've gained, if I've gained any at all, in my 40 years on this earth and in doing theater with very strong personalities is sometimes it's just not you. So I want to put that out there in case that's what you're facing. And the other big thing I wanted to say to you is You're already so good, so lovely. I can remember just this natural instinct you had for emotional reality, comedy, things that actors struggle all their lives to be good at. You just already have it. It's true of another student of mine who I'm just, that's true of two more students of mine that I'm just thinking of, and it's making me smile to think of them. Um, what you're out there to learn is technique, how to really be loud with your instrument, how to always be seen, how to receive energy from other actors on stage, and you're out there trying to get experience. That's it. So if you're receiving something from this training program that is not technique that will help you or experience, just try your best not to let it into you. And I know you're a lot like me, you just sort of absorb and absorb and absorb, but like really try. I mean, get a mantra. There is a barrier between you and all the stuff trying to get to you, and you don't have to let it in. Um, and getting back to my point is, I hope as soon as possible, after this technique learning and after this experience gathering, that you will just start to do your own thing. You already have the gifting. So what I want to know is what makes you feel like sparkly and buzzy and alive in this theater work? What makes you feel amazing? Because I will tell you what most actors are going to do, and I watch it chew most of them up, is they're going to wait and wait and wait. And they'll do shows they don't really care about because maybe they'll get a foot in the door, and they'll take roles that they don't even like because maybe it'll get them some more experience. And what they're really waiting for is to be discovered. And they're waiting for permission. They're waiting for someone to say to them, yes, you are good. Here, come do this good thing. No, I could be wrong. And there are going to be tons of other actors out there who will tell you, yes, you just keep doing that. You keep pounding on that door. Um, and someday it might happen for you through your own tenacity. I want to say, I'd like you to be tenacious with your own thing. Is there a little show you could do as a one-person show? Monologue work that you could take into schools? Is there, I know that you happen to be a Christian, not everyone I talk to is, but is there something that you want to do as missions work that you could take out and put into this world? Something else interesting about me, just to get autobiographical, is that I've sort of kept a record of every project I've ever done. Obsessively, I love to keep little bits of the costumes I wore. I love to take tons of photos. And you can see basically every show I've done since I was in preschool, if you want to. I've got all the records. And what that has meant for me, I've shared this with several people, but what it's meant is at several points in my life, I've been able to, quite specifically and in minute detail, look back on all the things I've done and see sort of which ones turned out to be formative, and was there some kind of pattern? What about the ones I really didn't want to do? Do I regret doing them? Yes. The answer is yes. Most of the things that I felt bad about and didn't want to really do, when I did them anyway, I regret that. Those are the only regrets I have, theater-wise. But the shows that wound up meaning so much to me are the ones that came out of my heart. I did a series of little two-handers where we just took adaptations of the Narnia books, like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And we took them to schools and churches, and took them to Korea, Alaska, Australia. And those little two-hander shows where it was just a partner making good eye contact and the magic of a story that really touched my heart, and knowing that I had brought it to this community as a gift to them, and knowing that it meant something to me, and doing material with such fun, lively characters. My whole heart just overflows when I think about those projects. I'm sure that there are some people who would look at them and think, meh. I mean, we didn't have great lighting. We had to change costumes really quickly, so we didn't have really elaborate costumes. I'm sure there's plenty of people flipping through my little resume or through my website that would just skim past those and not think they were a big deal. But I'm telling you, I've never felt so fulfilled as a human being. Now, why did I have to wait until I was in my 30s to do that? I had the talent I needed much younger. I had the energy I needed much younger. I had the knowledge. What I didn't have was the permission. So the thing I'm always trying to say to my students is, as soon as you can, as soon as you think you've got that bare minimum of a good starting technique level, and as soon as you think you've had some good experiences, try to do your own thing. What can you put out in the world instead of waiting for someone to think you're perfect for putting out what they want? And that's it. I know you specifically asked in your email for some wisdom, and that's what I have. Bless you. I think you are so talented. I think you are so beautiful. I think you are good already, and that you will get, because you care about this art, you will get better and better and better. My wish for you is that you kindle your own flame. Good night.